There's been so much shit this year, I can't possibly cover all of it. So to go along with the whole American mentality, I'm gonna cover most things that went wrong in the US during 2017. Please feel free to leave a comment about how much you despise me and how much I look like a mixture of Jonathan and Steve from Stranger Things. Go for it. Those are always appreciated. On January 20th, 2017, Donald Trump was inaugurated as the 45th president of the United States of America. 2 days later, Trump hired his son-in-law to his senior advisor in an act of nepotism the likes of which hasn't been seen since the Hemsworths. The office of the presidency comes with a general agreement that you aren't going to give away top secret information. So naturally, Trump disclosed classified information in May to the Russian foreign minister and ambassador. What the fuck? Life is literally House of Cards. Putin or Petrov? Who's really running the US government? A mere 23 days into the new year, 3 days after Donald was inaugurated, one smart rich person decided to flee the country, putting the most expensive house in the US on the market for $250 million. Even the top 1% of the top 1% knew what was up. Net neutrality somehow got itself repealed. Fuck. For those of you who still don't know what it is, let me use the Sideways Dictionary's definition from the Washington Post. It's like highways without toll booths. You can choose to make every road open to everyone equally, or you can introduce toll booths for more direct routes. Unfortunately, you can't create those fast direct routes without creating slow routes as well. And some worry that slower roads will soon have speed bumps built in to make the premium ones more attractive. Now, I will apologize, the amount of grammatical errors in that statement is infuriating, but it's not the most pressing issue here. Somehow, we just let the FCC repeal net neutrality. We didn't stop it. And you're on the internet right now, so please do not tell me that it's not going to affect you. Alabama, known for being the state that finds Texas liberal, passed the Alabama Memorial Preservation Act this year. It requires a group of 11 members to decide whether or not historical monuments can be removed or renamed. Alabama is a very southern state, and that's coming from someone who currently lives in Tennessee. And this law basically makes it more difficult to get rid of super offensive Confederate monuments. And no, I'm not just talking about ones that used to exist, ones they are currently putting up. One just went up last year. So good to know we're moving forward as a country. By the way, if you want more information on this specific thing, there will be a link maybe in the description to a John Oliver episode specifically about this. It's amazing and definitely worth your time. In case you didn't closely follow the Senate race in Alabama, this is the Republican candidate going to cast his vote. Yes, this is 2017. Do I need to say more? In September of 2017, Senator Ted Cruz's Twitter account became the stuff of legends when a video from Sexual Posts featuring a shit ton of porn was found under his liked tweets. Cruz blamed the like on a staff member who was, of course, to remain anonymous. And he said the entire thing was an accident. I want to know what situation that staff member could have possibly been in to have accidentally liked that. Speaking of sexual posts, Kevin Spacey was outed this year as a gay man and a sex offender, having rubbed up against Rent's Anthony Rapp when the latter was 14. The backlash included a halt on production of House of Cards, Spacey's replacement in Christopher Plummer's All the Money in the World, and the, perhaps, temporary collapse of Spacey's previously soaring career. While I'm sure Spacey would have enjoyed trading places with Plummer in some of Plummer's other roles, this was perhaps not how he envisioned it going down, pun intended. While we now have Pornhub and Brazzers and Chat Roulette, Playboy was once the holy grail of holy grails, if you know what I mean. The man behind Playboy, behind the mansion, behind the bunnies, was Hugh Hefner. Sadly, we lost him this year, and he went out with a bang. Not only did he die of cardiac arrest, he also had respiratory failure, sepsis, and an E. coli infection. The man was practically unstoppable until his body decided to stop everything at once. Curse you, 2017, for taking away our leader in womanizing, our master of mansions, and our editor-in-chief of sexuality. Literally. Harvey Weinstein, head of the Weinstein Company, was accused of sexual harassment by over 80 women from the film industry. That is absolutely deplorable. I mean, seriously. It's 2017. Harvey Weinstein managed to be accused of sexual harassment by over 80 women and 0 men? It's so sexist. Whatever happened to gender equality in Hollywood? For those of you who aren't in the know, culturophilia, or a fetish for clowns, does actually exist. There's also a fetish for murderers called hybristophilia. Now here at Branson's, we don't aim to kink shame. You can be into either one of these. It's totally fine. Do your thing. But I do kind of have a problem with people wanting to fuck Pennywise the Clown from It. You know, the murderous, shape-shifting colonial menace who eats children, which is apparently something people wanted to do this year. Now, on the other hand, if you're talking about wanting to fuck Bill Skarsgård, that makes way more sense. I mean, look at him. Now, if you don't know what the Emoji Movie is, you must not be a Jax Film subscriber, and you're probably much happier than the rest of us. Let me fix that right now. The Emoji Movie is a Sony Pictures animation that was intended as a summer blockbuster and stars exclusively emojis, as they live in their world of Textopolis. We follow Gene, who has multiple facial expressions, so he doesn't fit into the world where everyone else only has one. Sound familiar? It has a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes, and even that is quite generous. Now, it wasn't just Hollywood that fucked up this year. YouTube itself was a fucking petri dish of shittiness. ElsaGate actually has its own Wikipedia page. Who knew, right? For those of you who don't keep up with the goings-on of YouTube, 2017 was the year supposedly child-friendly videos with sinister and sexual undertones took over the platform. Videos featuring Elsa, Spider-Man, and other fictional characters were put into sexual situations and fetishized. Because I don't know if there's anything sexier than Elsa giving birth and being injected with neon liquid. Just gets my tummy tingling. Some of the channels used animations, some used toys to act out the scenes, and some used live action. But that's not all. Some channels, like Toy Freaks, used real children in their videos, and people got concerned that there might be child abuse going on. Enough people got upset that YouTube actually went in and shut down the channel, which is great. Of course, it had to become the 68th most viewed channel on the platform before they bothered to do literally anything about it. Now, this year's YouTube Rewind didn't feature any of the toy channels, although that actually might have made it more interesting. All we got was a lot of slime. Some slime, more slime, and even more slime. Hey guys, did you realize that people this year watched a lot of slime videos? Because YouTube sure did. Fidget spinners have been covered on this channel before, so I'm not gonna go into great detail. But I will say that I have an entire shelf of them in my bedroom, and I haven't touched them since the episode we shot this summer. So, most of you have heard about the adpocalypse. There were two main incidents that inspired advertisers to get the fuck off the platform. One being terrorist recruitment videos that were monetized, and the other being PewDiePie's Fiverr experiment, where he paid two guys to hold up a sign that read, "Death to all Jews." These two things freaked advertisers out, and YouTube put a system in place to flag videos that ought not be monetized, and creators suddenly found their revenue dropping. Demonetizing terrorist groups' videos is probably a good call, but ad revenue is being stripped from everyone, including fucking vloggers who mention depression in a video. The kicker? When creators appeal the flag, they don't even always get a human being to review it. Sometimes it's a bot. Come on, YouTube. I love you. You're great. You're why I can do this show. It's amazing. Just please figure this shit out. PewDiePie is gonna end up being a neutral sin here. When the Wall Street Journal did a hit piece on him for his joke, taking clips from his videos out of context, he stood his ground and flipped them off. Point for Felix and 2017. But he used a racial slur in one of his live gaming videos, and we're gonna have to take away his point. No praise, but no sin? Fair? I don't know. You decide. Comment, let me know. Is that good? Jake Paul is everyday bro. Except when he's not, that's all. So Vine was an app where users could upload 6-second videos. It's pretty easy to be funny for 6 seconds. As many learned to their chagrin when the app shut down, it's not as easy to be funny for, let's say, a 6-minute YouTube video, for example. And for the actual focus of the sin, let's use Lele Pons, who thinks being Hispanic is funny, I guess. Isn't it great when someone exploits an entire culture unironically? For more on this, you can see my video about Instagram comedians. The link to that will be down in the description. Anyway, yes, I am saying Lele Pons' presence on YouTube is a sin. Maybe she'll leave when Vine 2 comes out. Because yes, Vine 2 is going to be a thing. You know the old saying, if something doesn't work once, do it again. Anyway, ASMR, or the Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response, is a term that describes the tingling sensation you feel on your spine. For some reason, people just really started to delve into ASMR this year, and channels dedicated to triggering ASMR and viewers started to pop up all over YouTube. This is a sin. Why? Well, because I said so. What are the ASMR people gonna do to me, huh? Whisper softly? Also, the eclipse happened. It was crazy if you were in one of these places. Otherwise, it was just a normal day where it got slightly dimmer in the afternoon for like 45 seconds. Cool. Danielle Bregoli first made an appearance in 2016 on the Dr. Phil show, where she challenged the hoes in the audience to
catch me outside, how about that?
Somehow, the 13-year-old managed to turn that into a record deal and a reality TV show. Soon, she's gonna be worth an estimated $10 million. Hello, 2017. How you doing? Doing good? Okay. You guys remember how we did an episode on Pepsi earlier this year, right? Well, that Kendall Jenner commercial was bad enough to earn it a spot on this episode. In case you didn't watch, Pepsi basically said they can fix racism with a can of the good stuff and a hot white chick to hand it over. Bravo, Pepsi. Bravo. And finally, I'm going to end part 1 with, yes, this is a two-parter, with 13 reasons why romanticizing suicide. While the Netflix original might have had good intentions with its suicide awareness theme, the show managed to make Hannah Baker's suicide seem like a valiant choice. It's really strange. The creators seem to have had their hearts in the right place, but all they did was show people how righteous Hannah's suicide was to them, and that she did the right thing by taking her own life and manipulating her friends after the fact. What was intended to shine light on a dark subject only added more to the shroud. And that's it. I guess I'll see you next week, where we'll talk about some more shit that 2017 got wrong. Until then, please don't kill yourself. For real though. You know, I'm here for you. If you need anything, just call me. Numbers down in the description. Just reach out. Just reach out. Can't wait for 2018.
Oh, it's the end of the world.